What's going on, guys? Welcome back to WWE Network and Show, where I, Graham G. and Matthews, break down all the original content I watch on the WWE Network and on Peacock. And today we're talking the July 29, 2023 edition of the SmackDown LowDown, hosted by Matt Cam, Jackie Redmond in the studio, recapping the biggest headlines from the show, including recapping the United States Championship Invitational Finals between Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar. Like I said in my SmackDown audio review earlier today, pretty good match up until the abrupt ending. Probably would have been even better with more time had it not ended so abruptly due to the Mysterio injury, which is believed to be legitimate. Escobar going over, punching his ticket to the United States Championship match in 2 weeks on SmackDown against Austin Theory. In the studio, they hype up Theory and Escobar for SmackDown in 2 weeks. We hear from Theory backstage here at SmackDown with Kayla Braxton. And Theory tells Kayla Braxton that he thought, or maybe it was Megan Moran, I don't remember, but Theory says that he thought LWO would take it easy on each other. He was up in the skybox eating his popcorn, watching the matchup, and he thought it would be an easy night for one of them because they thought they were, so close they would take it easy on each other. And instead, Escobar ended up injuring Rey, he said. And he said that Escobar is a bad guy for taking out Rey Mysterio. And that, yes, Escobar beat him on SmackDown last week, but the championship was not on the line. And he said that you get the greatest United States champion whenever the championship is on the line. And I'm thinking, well, does that mean you get Bret Hart? Do you get Lex Luger? Like, I don't remember them being out there when the United States Championship has been defended in recent months. And then he says Escobar's not ready for that. Escobar's not ready to get that version of Austin Theory when they go one-on-one on SmackDown in 2 weeks. Matt Camp wonders how Rey Mysterio's injury will affect Escobar mentally and emotionally going into that matchup, if he's going to be too distracted with Rey's condition and well-being to kind of fully focus on Theory in the United States Championship. They recap the Karrion Kross win over Carl Anderson. Blinking you missed it. Like, who even could really even care? They also recap the Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair win over Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville in tag team action. Yes, the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, unsurprisingly losing their first match, non-title, less than 2 weeks after becoming champions. Not surprising at all. Bianca says backstage in her interview that she didn't ask to tag with Flair. And Charlotte proved to be exactly who she thought she was by stealing the win away from her during that match on Friday. She feels used, she said, and that she should have trusted her instincts to begin with. She's not focusing on one woman or the other. Yeah, because Asuka's also in that match, by the way. She's actually the champion. I know, surprise, surprise. And, she's felt like such an afterthought you would never know. But Bianca said that she's not focusing on one woman or the other in that matchup, and she's going to do whatever she has to walk out of SummerSlam and that triple threat as the WWE Women's Champion. In the studio, they hype up the triple threat for the pay-per-view next weekend. Belair, Flair, Asuka. Redmond says they're kind of forgetting Charlotte and Bianca. We're all kind of forgetting about Asuka, and that she feels like an afterthought in this thing. She doesn't say that, but that's kind of what she implies. And they also say it's going to be extremely impressive with the accolades that Bianca and Charlotte have for Asuka to beat both of them, which I'm expecting. She's felt like such an afterthought. To me, it signals that Charlotte and Bianca will cancel each other out, and Asuka will steal the win, and it's going to be an impressive accolade when she does, they say. They recap the LA Knight win over Ashanti the Adonis and hype up the Battle Royal, the newly announced Battle Royal featuring SmackDown superstars and Raw superstars at SummerSlam. Nothing on the line, by the way. Just a fucking Battle Royal. Listen, if it gets LA Knight on the card, I can't complain. LA Knight catches up with Kayla Braxton backstage here on the show. He says that he's the fastest rising star in WWE history, and he's marching on forward from the United States Championship Invitational that he vowed to win but didn't, and he will beat Sheamus next week, and then go on to toss out person after person after person in the Battle Royal at SummerSlam, and everyone in Ford Field will be saying his name, because whose game is it? LA Knight's game. And pretty basic stuff here from LA Knight, but any chance he gets that he has to speak is a W. I mean, he got a quick promo before the match with Adonis on SmackDown. He beat Adonis. He had a backstage segment with Pierce, and we hear from him on SmackDown LowDown. That's a fucking W for LA Knight fans this week. That's what I call a W. They hype up LA Knight versus Sheamus for next week's show, as well as the Battle Royal and what it could mean. People like AJ being in there, AJ Styles, Karrion Kross. Will they be more so focused on each other and settling scores than winning the Battle Royal? We'll find out next Saturday. And then to close out the show, they replay the opening segment from SmackDown with Jey Uso and Roman Reigns going face-to-face. They recap Jey Uso's win over Grayson Waller in the night's main event, and the Bloodline, Roman Reigns, and Solo Sikoa proceeding to lay out Jey Uso to close out the show. The hype Roman Reigns and Jey Uso in the Tribal Combat match for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship at SummerSlam. And then they mention as they wind down here that this is actually the last SmackDown LowDown for Jackie Redmond, because I've been saying for weeks now that she was scheduled to be done, I thought weeks ago, and that Megan Morant would take her place on both shows. Megan was on Raw Talk this week. She had that whole kidney procedure, and then she came back on Monday, but she wasn't on this show, and I'm thinking, like, where is Megan Morant? And she might have been backstage on SmackDown. She might have even been on this fucking show. I don't remember, but she might have been on SmackDown itself. I'm thinking, like, when are they doing the official switch? And Matt Camp actually mentions here, they make it kind of clear that this was supposed to be, always I guess, supposed to be Jackie's final SmackDown LowDown. And her commitments are officially wrapped up. Maybe it was until the end of the month. I mean, July 31st is on Monday, but you get my point. Maybe this was always supposed to be her final show, and he offers a lot of kind words towards her and a lot of nice stuff. I mean, saying that everyone loves her, she's really kind and humble in a company, in a place that doesn't breed a lot of that in WWE. And always a shining, smiling face, and she's brought a lot to the show, blah, blah, blah. And they've obviously become very close in the 2 years they've been doing the show. And they only knew each other through mutual friends, he said, and they immediately hit it off when they started hosting the show in Raw Talk a couple of years ago. And then she gets emotional, because it was really, like, nice stuff that he said, and she kind of reciprocates that and says a lot of nice stuff his way, and says that he's friggin' great at his job, and he's done a lot to kind of make her transition to WWE as easy as possible from the hockey world. And yeah, she's headed off to Raw full-time, and I guess the pre-show kickoff shows and shit for the pay-per-views. So no more Jackie Redmond here in this form on the show, but I mean, she was already on Raw Talk on Monday just doing the interviews instead of being in the studio. And already she's done a good job. I thought she was a good host. I wasn't sure how she would do it, like the interviewing stuff, which she's probably already done a million times anyway, just not here in WWE. But she's been doing it now for like a couple of months, and she's done a really good job. So I'm looking forward to seeing how she does in that new role on Raw, and Megan Morant being here on the show full-time going forward alongside Matt Camp. So pretty decent edition here of SmackDown LowDown, notable with it being Jackie Redmond's final show. And I'm glad they acknowledged that and had that little moment to kind of acknowledge it and celebrate her time here on the show at the end of the episode here, which I thought was cool. We heard from LA Knight, entertaining stuff per usual from him. We heard from Bianca Belair, and we heard from the United States Champion Austin Theory. So kind of an eventful episode by SmackDown LowDown standards. Thank you guys for checking out my review. I appreciate it. Be sure to like the video, drop a comment, share the video, and subscribe to the channel for more daily content. SmackDown audio review already up from earlier today. Check that out. Collision on-site report from Hartford. Going to be there tonight. That on-site report review coming tomorrow here to the channel. Keep an eye out for that. And my latest Dark Side of the Ring review on Bam Bam Bigelow, also coming tomorrow. Yesterday, my interview with Stephen Amell, heel star, recorded pre-SAG strike, went up, video form, also in audio form on WrestleRant Radio. Check it out. And the latest WWE Universe Mode episode in WWE 2K23 with the aforementioned LA Knight, also going up yesterday. So a lot of content here on the channel to check out from the weekend. Please do so. And hit the bell button to be notified every time a new video goes up. Have an awesome one, guys. I'm Graham G. Matthews, and I'll catch your ass down the road.